On January 4th, 2019, Wizarding World tweeted, Hogwarts didn't always have bathrooms. Before adopting Muggle plumbing methods in the 18th century, witches and wizards simply relieved themselves wherever they stood and vanished the evidence. Hashtag National Trivia Day. This is the Museum of Twitter, the show we talk about the most important tweets in the history of Twitter.com. With all the talk and consternation about the upcoming HBO Harry Potter series, I thought it was a good time to talk about what might be the worst piece of lore ever tweeted from any official account ever. Because let's not mince words here. What the official Wizarding World account is tweeting is that before indoor plumbing, wizards used to just shit on the floor. And I don't think any Harry Potter fan wants to hear that. Now, Angel Shaw of Screen Rant wrote a great article about this last year, and she talked about why this might have been clarified, like why J.K. Rowling might have felt it necessary to say this. Because canonically, Hogwarts is older than the invention of indoor plumbing, so at some point, they would have had to decide to add indoor plumbing. But as the article discusses, the way to square that circle is not to say that they just pooped on the floor and made it disappear. You can say that, I don't know, they went to outhouses, or they had their own wizarding system. Or alternatively, you could just say nothing, because sometimes there are minor plot holes in pieces of fiction. I'm sure no Harry Potter fan was being kept up at night wondering, why are there bathrooms at Hogwarts if bathrooms didn't exist when Hogwarts was built? If Joanne was really worried about logic holes in her story, she should have spent more time, I don't know, explaining why they don't use the time turner for every single bad thing that happens after the third book. And the article goes on to make another really good point, which is that Hogwarts is a school, and a lot of students, when they come to Hogwarts, are not good at magic. For example, children of muggles. So if you're a first-year student at Hogwarts, and both your parents are muggles, so you don't know how to use magic, are you just expected to walk around with poop in your pants for your entire first year? And that's the other thing that the tweet doesn't make clear. When it talks about getting rid of the evidence, is that evidence on the floor, or is it in someone's pants? I think we're all assuming that people drop trow and go on the floor, but I guess you could just do it in your pants and make it disappear? Does the make poop disappear spell also work on underpants? And I know I'm spending too much time thinking about this logistically, because the real question that we all have to be asking is, why are you thinking about this? Callum McSwiggan had a great imagined conversation between J.K. Rowling and Harry Potter fans in the replies. He writes, Harry Potter fans, it'd be cool if we had some Harry Potter trivia. J.K. Rowling, Dumbledore's gay. Harry Potter fans, haha, cool. J.K. They often have mutual masturbation sessions in the Hufflepuff dormitories. Harry Potter fans, what? J.K. Everyone used to shit themselves. Now, I do have to clarify that the second thing about Hufflepuff apparently is not true, that it was a rumor from a Photoshop tweet, but the first and third things are true. Because this is not the first time that J.K. Rowling, I don't know, was like, alright, this is a thing I didn't write in my books, but it's canon. And people's response to this was understandably very confused. Literally the official account for BuzzFeed responded, what? Kokoro Gunsu responded, J.K. Rowling, I would literally pay you to stop writing. The legend David Sims quoted the tweet and said, I love world building more than anyone, but... And that really is true. If anyone's a fan of the Blank Check podcast, you know that David Sims is the biggest fan of world building in the world. And if he does not like a piece of world building, it's not good world building. And they doubled down on it. They followed up the tweet talking about how the creation of the bathrooms at Hogwarts related to the Chamber of Secrets. Because for those of you who remember Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, a pretty big plot point is that the entrance to the Chamber of Secrets is in a bathroom. And so they had to go back and clarify whoa, actually, when they built the bathrooms, because the Chamber of Secrets predated the bathrooms, they almost discovered the Chamber of Secrets, but they didn't. And this just led to so many jokes. One is from Tumblr poster Brooke Awuka, who posted, just imagine you're taking a test for potions with Snape, and the guy sitting next to you just fucking shits himself the nastiest, slimiest shit of his life out of stress. And you literally have to sit there with a straight face while fucking Todd Jingle Jangles cleans himself up in the dead quiet room with some stupid ass line like, vanish me poopum. And you just gotta live with the knowledge that some kid just shit himself beside you during a fucking test. Now, vanish me poopum is great, but I do kind of prefer Spencer Hall's version of expecto pooptronum. And obviously, J.K. Rowling's reputation has gotten only more complicated since this tweet. And by complicated, I mean that she's revealed herself to be an absolute bigot, a topic I discussed in entry 268 of the show. And so lots of people have said things like Belle, who said, I truly miss the days when this was the worst thing J.K. could tweet. Hell, I said J.K. Rowling should go back to tweeting about wizards shitting on the floor. And Claire Patterson posits something that might be true. They tweet, is this where it all started? Everyone got mad at her for this, so she decided to become the poo and pee police. And we all would have been better off if we followed Pride Moth's example, when they said, we should have canceled JKR right then and there. Now, definitely my favorite joke that was made in this whole saga is when Chris Caesar tweeted, didn't realize Chuck C. Johnson went to Hogwarts. Just goes to show you there's little magic in all of us. Now, this joke requires knowledge of annoying right-wing provocateurs on Twitter in 2014, 15, and 16, and I'm not going to go into all of it because the podcast Reply All already did it. They did a great segment with actor and improviser Jason Mantzoukas where they broke down why this tweet is funny. This is obviously not the worst thing that J.K. Rowling has done with their public platform in the last 5-6 years, but it definitely is the dumbest, and it really should serve as a gigantic flashing light to all other creatives. Just leave well enough alone. We get it, you want to reclaim the past glory of when Harry Potter was at the top of the world, but It's not going to happen. You're simply not going to become the center of the literary world again by saying that students at your school all imitated something from Flavor of Love. Okay, I just want to make clear that that's like the only Flavor of Love reference I know. I apologize. I just saw the clip of when something, pooped on the stairs. Which is classic television, what can I say? Let me use this episode about a tweet from a transphobe to let you know that next Saturday on the 17th, I am doing a live stream fundraiser to raise money for this group called Zebra Youth, which is a charity that helps LGBTQ youth in Central Florida. I will be live streaming for 24 hours in which I will be watching 10 superhero movies voted on by donors. Basically, the way it works is that you donate, you send me a receipt, and tell me what superhero movie you want the money to go towards. And after donations close on the day before, the top 10 money getters will be the movies I watch. So if you want to help support LGBTQ youth in a state that is not very friendly to them and get me to watch Morbius on a live stream, you're able to do so. All the information is in the link in my bio.